Hey guys, C-Drama Invasion here, back with another review video. I've been feeling a bit of a drama slump. I feel like I have zero patience to start a drama. Like, I would start them. They have like the most interesting concepts and stuff, but I have like zero patience to wait for the build up, the character stuff. So haven't been watching much. But here are some of the dramas that I did complete and my thoughts on them. So let's start off with these C-dramas. First off is 19th Floor. This one had me hooked from the intro. It's like a death game scenario in university that follows a bunch of students. And we've seen a bunch of the Western influence on Asian media, especially Korean dramas. Squid Game, we know, did so well, so I'm happy to see that we're getting a couple from China now. So this stars Sun Chan and Wei Ziming. It has 30 episodes, and my favorite part of this is the creativity in terms of like the different scenarios. I do have to warn you that if you're gonna watch this, like, ignore the direct translation for the names. Like, the female lead, her name is like Chunyu or something, and they literally translate it to spring rain. Same with the other characters. Like, that's one thing that if you watch it, it'll probably throw you off. But with Mango TV dramas, they usually use like these automated bots and stuff, so you'll understand most of it. It's just the names kind of are directly translated. At the time I was watching this, I said there wasn't much dramas that came out and that I was interested in. I watched this and Sword and Fairy, which I'll talk about in a bit. So out of all the dramas I watched like last month, this was definitely my favorite. It had me on my toes. It's not bloody because China has censorships, but that doesn't take away from the thrill. The horrified reactions, the chaos, and all of that was great. But I think the best part of this is they really stick to a core cast and you get to know them. I thought it was realistically done. There's some characters that were horrible and they kind of remain so, except you see a more human side to them. You see and understand like where their loyalties lie. The music was on point. I loved the mystery of it at first, the whole psychological aspect as well, how these people don't really know each other. They got together and honestly, sometimes they make dumb decisions that I would not do myself. There was a point where I thought this is going to go downhill because they kind of figured out what's going on behind the situation, who's behind it. Like, most of your questions are answered. I think the main leads were great together. They worked so good as a team. They were the brains of the whole operation. At first, they were like mysterious and a little bit smart and cunning. They kind of keep to themselves. Female lead is definitely like that, but you really find out more about her and how good of a person that she is. There's definitely tropes, but it still remains interesting and unique in its own way. Parallel World introduced me to Chinese mythology and some of these shadow puppetry things, and that shows up in the first like episode of 19th Floor, which I enjoyed. And then they also use like ghost brides and different Chinese elements, which I love. They changed up the setting as well, so you get kind of a little bit of a theme for each round. It was easy to follow along, and I was honestly rooting for everybody, or everybody had a pivotal moment in their character where I kind of changed my opinion of them. The only thing is I thought it's like 5 episodes too long, but I really thought that it was a good ending, super satisfying. Everything was tied up well. The weakest link is the romance. Like, I see the chemistry, I just need more from them. Like, I know it's not about the romance and stuff, but when it happened, I was like, that's it. It's a little bit underwhelming. Second couple was really cute though. Overall, I'd give this a 7.75 out of 10. I hope we get more like different genres coming to Chinese dramas, because even though it's not without its flaws, at least they're trying to give us something new and fun and refreshing. I also finished Sword and Fairy. So this one stars Shu Kai and Aster Yu. I did not like this one at first, like at all. The first 5 episodes was a little bit cringy for me, hard for me to get into. But once the second couple came in, the third characters, like all of the cast that came in was interesting to me besides the main leads at first. But soon there was like some different plot lines that I was interested in. I do still think it's messy and could have been better paced or better edited, I guess. It could have been the editing. Like this is probably one of those dramas that had originally 50 episodes but got cut down. Because if you watch like the first 5 episodes or so, like you definitely feel it. I didn't really love it until I think episode 8 or 9. I thought it was a very well blended adventure and friendship. I'm a huge fan of the 3rd installment in this series that it's based off on, Chinese Paladin, with Huga, Liu Shishi, Tiffany Tang, like iconic, Yang Mi, like iconic people. So nothing will hold a candle to that, and I would not even dare to compare it to that. But in terms of vibes, just like that adventure feel with different superpowers, people from different realms, like you have the demonic beast character played by Fu Xingbo. Like I love that there's a good amount of different people from different backgrounds, and honestly every single one had such good character development. They all had time to shine, which I appreciated. I thought this was just going to be a cringy mess the whole time, but it was not. The biggest reason why I felt like this was not that good when I watched it was because the comedic moments didn't hit. It was cringy, and female lead plays this over the top, like childlike, innocent character. But in the end, I kind of enjoyed it, just not at the beginning because they threw us into it. At the end, when serious stuff went down, you kind of miss those moments. They just feel nostalgic. Like, does she actually have to pout every 5 seconds? I feel like this is so jarring, especially after seeing her in My Journey to You, which is like the last thing you remember of her. This is the opposite of that. I think they just came in too strong with all the cute like sound effects and stuff was just too much. Like I get it. But do we have to have other people reacting to her and calling her cute like every 5 seconds? Like it's so in your face, you know? I'm like, if it was toned down a little bit, I feel like a lot of people would stick it with it to the end. It was fun to see Shu Kai play 2 roles. The mysterious masked man, which you can totally tell is him from the first second it's introduced. I think standout actors is Wan Peng and Fu Xinbo. Wan Peng has been known for like her modern romances, but she really nails this one. Yes, you have to suspend your disbelief that she's a man, but at least they tried with her outfit. I noticed that it's like high collared the whole time, so at least you can't tell like she doesn't have a Adam's apple. I really like the way they handled that though. Like she has her own reasons, everybody has their own reasons for hiding like certain things from each other, but in the end the whole group knows and they accept them fully, which was very sweet and touching for me. The friendship is really wholesome and the squad really impressed me. Like it kind of reminds me of A Journey to Love Squad, where they were all fighting together, like joking around. So much fun. One of my favorite characters is so underrated. Her name is Ming Xiu. She's the quiet, soft one that literally deserves so much better. I swear. I don't know if they hated her or something, but the things this girl went through is insane. She did nothing wrong, and instead she's like the mother hen of the group. When everybody is like fooling around, she has her ish together, and it sucks that what happened. She's like the most independent, strong woman of the crew, in my opinion. The best chemistry was literally from the side couples. I don't know what that's saying from the main couples. I feel like it's not them. It's just the whole script of them being together already. Once you meet them, they're like the bestest of friends. He's like, this is my little sister, but then he has feelings for her later, and then they're willing to protect each other. and love each other, that's great and all, but we need that development. And I feel like because we got that with the other couples, we got better backstories, better emotions from them. I connected with them more, so I liked their stories more. And because they gave all of the couples like enough time to shine, I guess, I could not really rate this drama, because while the main couple was not my favorite thing about this drama, I love the whole cast and crew member. I like them collectively as a whole, and I thought the messages at the end was beautiful. They nailed nostalgia, tragedy, loyalty, and defending your bestie till the end. Like, I love that. Good OSTs, pretty decent visuals. Not the worst CGI I've seen, but not the best either. I would say I'd give this like a solid 7.5. And the last two are K-dramas that I haven't talked about. First one is Welcome to Samdalri. Did a little short on this for dramas that just feel cozy. This is like a less cringy version of Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. It has 16 episodes, stars Shin Sun and Chang Wook, both who I think are amazing and can have chemistry with a literal wall, because they're just so versatile, been in the game for a while. And this makes it special because it feels like these two really know each other, and it starts off that way. The setup is female lead and her two other sisters went away to the mainland because they're all originally from a small island, so you get that small town vibes, and everybody knows them. You know how it is, like, you love small towns, but there's showing the downside, which is why the three sisters kind of left. It's because everybody talks about them, everybody knows their strengths and weaknesses, so much gossip. They're sick of it, and they're like, I'm gonna make it big, be that hustle life American dream that you see about. And they do it. They start up a little photography like company together, and female lead is one of the top photographers. She's about to have one of her biggest accomplishments, which is opening a art exhibit that showcases all of her best works throughout her lifetime. But then one of her assistants that are just jealous of her, she's been working with her for years and years, make up a story and steals her man because she's jealous. And then she also like faked this whole news of her trying to self-exit because of how rude and terrible female lead is. And the saddest part of this is it's true. People flood to the drama, the gossip, and the damage is done regardless of whether or not it's true. Nobody waits until she comes out with an apology or comes out like with her own side. And when she does, everybody just ignores her, they bully her, they tell her that she's lying, they cancel her so badly that she realizes, yeah, most of her like top model friends and stuff that's supporting her career, that would drop everything to support her in a heartbeat, is now turning their backs on her. So everything she worked for years, like all of her life, has been taken away. It's really sad to watch, but it's a rom-com, so of course she packs her bag and she goes back home to live with her parents. And it's not just her, it's her amazing chaotic family as well, her two sisters, which I love. And I think one of the shortcomings of this drama is it wasn't longer, because we need a whole section for the second sister and the third sister. They're so cute. Their love stories are so entertaining as well. But female lead and male lead, which is played by Chang Wook, are actually neighbors. And they had a very bad breakup where they vow that they can't be together and stuff. He never ever got over her, and she knows that he's her best relationship, but she doesn't want to talk about it. It's that type of situation, and everybody gossips, so they don't want to be seen together. And the way they met is one of the funniest and creative things I've ever seen in my life. It's a cozy, feel-good drama about really good characters that feels very homey. Like, you feel the atmosphere of the family, the friendship, and overall, the whole thing is satisfying. I would say I wish that the villain girl got more screen time at the end, especially because I wanted it to drag out a little bit more to see her suffer, because the whole time you see the mental and psychological toll on the female lead. There's a whole breakdown scene that was funny and sad at the same time. Chemistry is explosive here, perfection, comedy as well. One of the sisters has a daughter. She's a single mom, and that was her whole scandal. But her daughter is the most cute, mature person I've ever seen. Like, so adorable. And every interaction, how considerate she was, like, broke my heart. It was so beautiful. There's moments where she would act a certain way because she didn't want her mom to not have a chance at life. Like, there's the whole romance situation where, of course, there's stigma, especially when you're so young. She was a teen mom, and like, she loves her daughter, and seeing her daughter call her like auntie or lie about that being her mom, because the daughter is really smart and mature, and she just wants her mom to be happy and find a person who would date her without that stigma. That whole thing got me so emotional. That aside, Jeju Island is a feast for the eyes. So gorgeous. The blue teal water with that like green lush land. Love it. What else can I say? Everything was seamless, chaotic, funny. I really miss it now that I'm talking about it so much. 9.5 out of 10. Seeing everything she went through and her comeback was just beautiful. Like, her really understanding and herself as a person, and realizing that, yeah, you don't have to throw away your entire family, like what you've grown up for. There's annoying things, but there's also moments that you just really miss. These people got your back. These people care and love you. So good. I was going to review A Shop for Killers, but I think I'll push that till the next one, just because I feel like it's going to be a slow month anyways. I have some recovery time for the surgery, so I'm going to try to watch something. Probably one of the K-dramas. I heard Dr. Slump is good. As well as Flex Ex-Cop, which is like a fun, rich playboy that ends up working with the police department. Next reviews will probably include Fighting for Love, Marry My Husband, and A Shop for Killer. Let me know what you're watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.